Okay, so for posture and ergonomics, that's on our body. And what you want to check with the table is how high it is. This table would be too low. So with my shoulders standing, straight, and the table's here, my knuckles should be able to touch this table, and as you can see, they don't. So this table is a little bit low. But I'm going to show you what it's like with a low table. And the problem is that with massage practitioners, that the lower back and the shoulders can get tight. So with a client on the table, you're going to have different size clients. They could be bigger, they could be smaller, they could be shorter, longer, that part. But it's always your body at all times that have to be important. So if I had a client and I had my table proper height, but the client was bigger or the client was smaller, unless you have one of those automatic tables that you could just push with your foot and it comes up and down, those would be the best, but you're looking at a few $1,000s. And so if not, you're going to get used to a table height. So in here, when I have a client, so if it was table shiatsu or if the person was undressed for getting ready for a massage, and I'm going to check the body, what happens is I now am bending. So my back is bending, and with that, I have to put strain on myself. Now, if I was going to massage, if I'm not touching the table, and let's pretend I was in a massage, and I'm not touching the table, my body has to hold me so that I'm in right position. But if you start to use the table and put your knee on it and then lean into your clients, you'll have much easier time on your own body. Some practitioners like to do more of a stance move where their legs are more apart, and when they're massaging, so if they were down at the legs and they're massaging, they're more in a stance. So they stand up straight, but they're kind of leaning into their legs. Or some people do more of a lunge kind of move. So if they were moving in, it's more like a lunge. So you want to be able to move. You're going to get used to what's right for you, but I'm going to tell you right now, use this table. Lean with the table and get used to being able to also use the table to hold you. And so with it, now for massage, where you hold your hands too. So if I was in a real massage, then where I hold my hands is going to also matter, and how I hold my hands. If I'm going to use my thumbs and I push, I'm going to be pushing quite a bit onto the thumb. So what I want to maybe do is tuck in to my thumbs and then do some moves. So in table shiatsu or in Swedish massage, deep pressure in that, then you won't have quite the pressure on the thumb and it won't hurt as much. Same with the fingers. Lock them in sometimes instead of going individual. But in here, make sure that you don't overextend with the thumbs. Your hands, when you do with your wrists, you might want to change your position so that you can have a really good locked in position, because if your hands get too hard or the table's too high, the table's too low, you're going to have shoulder problems, back problems, and that too. So with it, use your legs, lean on the table. You can do lunge positions or more of a kind of a squat position when you're doing with the table. And then make sure with your hands that you're either kind of locking it in, but don't just push with your thumbs, because that could really hurt with your body. All right, so now that we've adjusted the table so it's my proper height and where my, the knuckle part is just about perfect for me here. Client-wise, now the table fits me where I don't have to actually lean in. So now it's actually where my hands are just there and I can naturally stand. I can lean a little bit onto the table so that all the pressure isn't on me. And then as I go into different moves, if I was in a massage move, all I have to do is pivot and then be able to get into the massage moves. If I was going to work later when you guys get into athletic massage or deep tissue massage, and that you can get into elbow work and that, again, I'm lunged and I'm holding onto this table, and then when I get into different work, my pressure of my body is actually right here, and then when I go into the client, I have control so that I can do different moves. So shiatsu, deep tissue, any of those things has a different move. I'm going to be able to pivot my body depending which way I want to go. I'm going to, this stance isn't my favorite, but I know that there's lots of practitioners that use it. But I like the table, and I'm going to be facing whatever direction that I have to with the client. So if I'm going to be into a front, I'm going to make sure that I'm bendable, that I can come with this client and back so that my legs are, because if I'm going to be standing like this, it's going to be too hard on my body. So make sure that you're always standing and that you can always be bending if need be. So no matter which way I go, I'm going to be able to move, and then I can lean into these tables.